Hello there. How are you today? Good, good. It's your first day. Ah, I can't imagine what it's like to be you right now. I know, just being born, it's amazing. Well, you are in for a real treat because this hospital is not like other hospitals. I am Dr. Basil, and I will be your doctor today. Now, of course, you've met many doctors. Many doctors have, handled you, made sure that you're all right physically. But I'm here to ensure that you are given the correct gender. Now, I am not talking about sex, I am talking about gender. And since this is your first day on Earth, I do think that it's a little bit difficult to determine what someone might identify as in the future in terms of gender. There are many, many different options, and I'm not going to present them to you because I don't think your little brain can handle it right now. So, what I think needs to happen, and this is the policy within this hospital, is that I am going to look into your future, gain as much information as possible to see what gender you might identify with, and then put that down. Now, how am I going to do this? Well, I have many degrees in terms of future sight, fortune telling, anything that is related to the occult and the psyche. I have it. And of course, I am a fully fledged doctor. I got my, I used to do what the other people did, but I found this to be much more rewarding. Okay, so with that, I'm not going to ask you any questions or anything. You are, in fact, a baby. So, what I think needs to happen first is we're just going to go ahead and get started. Now, the occult process is very intensive, okay? So I'm going to need you to work with me a little bit. Now, you're very calm right now, but if you start to cry, I will get a little upset. So I need you to not cry, okay? So I am going to measure some parts of you because I need to know specifics about you. Right now, I know we have your chart, we have your weight, but I need to measure more, like, I need to measure more niche things, right? Like how big is the little hole that your brain is still accessible from, and like how big is the your pinky bone, the very tip of your pinky bone. Like that's the kind of thing that we don't really measure from day to day because it's not really necessary, right? So the first thing that I want to do is I actually do want to measure that hole in your skull. So if you wouldn't mind just removing the little hat. Yeah? Here, I'll do it for you. You have no control of your arms. Okay, let me just measure that for you. Here we go. Yeah, it's pretty big. I think that means you're going to be pretty smart, I have to say. But I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look in. Okay, so we've got that and that. We've got the diameter and the radius. So let me write that down. Yes, I'll know more than your gender. I will learn a lot about you, but that's not something that I'm allowed to tell you because it might influence things, So I'm only allowed to reference your gender because I think that can be helpful, just paperwork-wise, So, okay, so with that, I also need to do the pinky. So let's go ahead. Oh, this is the wrong end. There we go. So give me your pinky, please. Okay. Here we go. So tiny. So tiny. Okay. All right. Let me write that down. Okay. And then if you can just look at me, I need to get your pupil when it is dilated. No. Oh, it's all dark. Okay. Okay. It's a slow process, I understand. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead. Now we're going to have to burn a little bit of incense here, okay? So I have here a little bit of incense. I already have the charcoal in here, so I'm just going to have to adjust it a little, like so, like that. And then I'm going to grab a flame. This is your first time seeing a flame. It's going to be very interesting for you. So then just heating that up a little, just like so. It smells very, very smoky, nutty. It's actually very, very good. So I'm not sure you can see that, but I'm going to put it here so that it can disperse. And it's very, very good. Okay, actually, I do think I want to do this and just adjust it a little bit more here, like that. Yeah, like so. Okay, and then just, okay, so just doing it on this side here, and then moving it on this side, and going up top here, and communing, trying to hit all of the right areas to ensure I can access your future here. Make sure you take a deep breath too, okay? Everybody needs to take deep breaths, even babies. Okay, just... Okay. So we're gonna let that sit. Let it fill in the room, okay? Is it lulling you into like a nice, serene place? Very good. Okay. So, I'm also going to need to, here, I have a few pieces of bark. They're soaked in like different frankincenses and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and put that on just to make sure that the room fills a bit faster, okay? So, let's just go ahead here. This, put that on here, and there we go. Okay, so with that is all set up for you. Now, if I'm thinking about it, and if I'm communing, I can sense there's like some senses, some things floating about, right? And I need to take some of those. They're like the essences of your future. I need to take some of it. I need to spin it into like a tangible future, right? So what I'm gonna have to do first is here I have a yarn spinner, right? So I'm going to grab a little bit of that essence. I'm going to hook it on and ensure that it is on properly. And actually, I think it might be better if I do this. There we go. I know, it doesn't hurt or anything, and you seem to be enjoying it, so just doing this to ensure I get some of that energy into this, like so. And then I am going to, now that it is hooked, I'm just going to spin it, and it's very slowly getting into the stem here. Yes, it's very important here that I do this, because then we're going to use that to get some more information, right? Now, I am seeing, you might not be able to see this, but I can see within the yarn different futures, right? Whether you're like a carpenter, or you know how many loves you have, whether you've had any loves at all, you know, the types of people that you meet, and you know how bigoted you end up being, but none of that's relevant. It's just the gender part that I need to find within this weave, right? So, and within this yarn. So I'm going to have to ensure I do this. Okay, it's here. It's in here. I can sense it. Okay, So this is what we're going to do next. We are going to take some of that yarn, right? Bring it out. And we're actually going to put it into this gem crusher. You're not gonna, here. I'm going to, within this, I'm going to just put some of it in here. Yes. And what's happening here is this is, it's sort of like a future magnet, right? I've trained this magnet to attract only the most important things in regards to your gender and your gender journey within the future. So I'm just doing this to ensure it all falls into place. Everything else will stay on the yarn, will be kept secretly within the hospital until a billionaire pays us money for it, and then we will of course give it away for free. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that we have that, I will then take this beautiful gem and I'm just going to crush it, because what we want to do here is we're taking it and we're crushing it into a fine powder. This powder, because right now I can't interpret it in the way that you might expect. And of course I'm explaining this to you because in the future you might remember this, right? This is a very occult, there is a little bit of trauma involved with this, but I think it's for the greater good. So I'm just going to get some of this. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit slower here. And the reason for that is I think that I'm crushing it a bit too much and it's kind of falling off. So I want to try and do a little bit of crushing here, a little bit of crushing here. Your future is in here. It must be fascinating for you. Yeah, this is what I got into this field for. It's truly marvelous. I think it's good. Ooh. Oh, your dreams of being a doctor is crushed very early on. I'm sorry, you're just not smart enough for that. Okay. So now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and use the acorn technique. I'm going to take the dust and I'm going to put it in this acorn, and it's going to settle within the acorn. And then we're going to be able to read it, okay? So I think it's going to be very important here. So let's open up this acorn, get the dust, and put it in here like so. Very good. Then I'm just going to I want to make sure we get the right. Okay. So ensuring it's dispersed properly in there. Then getting the cap and locking it in. Okay. So now that we have this is going to take a little bit to cure. In the meantime, because that's going to give us your gender, but sometimes it's a little flawed. It's only 90% accurate. So to get us that like extra 10% here, we do end up having some tarot cards. Now, tarot cards are notoriously inaccurate, but the way that we use them is not really to tell your future in the sense, but instead it is to supplement the readings within the acorn. So I just need to grab a few cards, 3, and then from those 3 cards, what's going to end up happening is we're going to take a look at them, see how you react as a baby, and then I'm going to use some of the yarn that we didn't use, right, and see how it reacts to the cards that we pick out, okay? So let's go ahead here and just making sure that this is shuffled, but sure this is fun for you. Then I'm going to pick 3 cards. So, I mean, you can pick the cards if you'd like. Would you like to pick some more? You want me to pick? Okay, I can do that. Totally. So, I'll just grab this top one. I'll grab the bottom one. And I'll grab a middle one. Like This one. Okay. Very good. Let's put this back in the box. It says a lot that I'm having a hard time putting this back in the box. It says a lot about your future, if I'm being honest. I don't know if it's good or not, but we'll see. Okay, so the first one is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups. And it is a beautiful duck, swan, with 5 cups. And then we also have a King of Swords. Interesting. So maybe you have some masculinity within you. You know, it could, just because it's a king doesn't necessarily mean, remember we have to have the yarn react to it. So King of Swords, 5 of Cups, and then we also have the Star. The Star. The Star is very bright, very beautiful. Maybe you're self-centered in the future, but that doesn't really relate to your gender, so we'll see. I mean, it kind of can, right? Depending on how stereotypical you get. Okay, so let's see. The 5 of Cups, not that. The yarn. Let's see how much it reacts, okay? So just, okay, moderate. Moderate. Okay. Let's do the King of Swords. Also moderate. Interesting, interesting. Star. Let's do the Star. Okay. Okay, heavy, heavy. Okay, so you might be androgynous in the future, but you're definitely self-centered. And maybe a little selfish, but that, you know what? Those are traits that you will learn from your parents, and I can't help you with that. So I know I'm not supposed to tell you that kind of stuff, but sometimes it's important. Okay, so since we got sort of more of an androgynous reading, kind of a little wishy-washy, I think the acorn is going to be the main thing that we're going to really use here. Okay, so now the important thing about the acorn, your gender is in here. Your gender, it's in this acorn. And if I open this, it's going to disperse a bit too quickly. We need a creature that gender does not react to properly. So we're going to use this creature. It is going to open the acorn, and the gender will not be frightened. Yes, because no matter what, someone, you know, someone who has denied gender or has been a part of gender at some point in their life frightens the essence, right? This being is pure mischief, right? So if I take it out, we'll be able to see, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead here. And, oh, it's really strong. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Let's look inside. Okay. I'm seeing a lot. I'm seeing a lot. Wow. Okay. 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 I'll definitely snort that later. But I think I have figured it out. Oh, no, I'm not telling you. You're just a baby. You're not going to figure that out. I'm just going to write it down, put it on your paperwork, and then you'll be on your way. Okay? Okay. Very good. You have been fantastic during this process. And if I'm being honest, you didn't cry once, so this process really suits you. Thank you for being with me. I am Dr. Basil, if you don't remember, and, you know, thank you for understanding. So we will be in touch soon for health purposes, but you might not see me again because my job's done. Okay?